I do. Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do. Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Arizona Cardinals. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over. The end line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
This is Spiller. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Recon, 152 fighter.
They run with Spiller. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Dancing to his left, and that's going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that.
Realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Beck. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll go down at the 28. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking downfield for Joe. And got his man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. Now back to throw. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll set up to throw. Open man is QT, complete. Call it a 3-yard gain. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
Mark 55, Mark 55, and let's Get this. Now.
On 1st and 10, Beck. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Spiller. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Hey, what?
On 3rd down, Beck. High throw, but he makes the catch. A gain of 10, 1st down, Arizona.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at that 39-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
2nd and 4. That's going to be caught by Kirk. That goes for 14 yards. 1st down, Cardinals.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Now Spiller. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Watch the slant.
Bravo.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Cut.
Get it.
To throw on 2nd down. Beck. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Well, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Here we go.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll look to throw here. And it's complete. Hooper. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
Texans, first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there's an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. Got an open man, it's QT. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Jadeveon Clowney in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough task here, though. 3rd and long. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
On the ready.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They're running it. Back 55. Back 55.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Beck. He sets to fire deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Let's go. 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. And now it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he'll find QT on the right side, complete. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Now a pass, and it's complete to QT. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 45-yard line.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. 2nd down and inches. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Back to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this will be taken at the 13. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, Delta. Go.
From the gun, Beck. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
That's what I do.
Five.
Operating from the gun. Beck. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. The intended receiver that time was Josh Jacobs. And it's third down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
From the gun. Beck. He's going to air one out. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A try here for the extra point.
Let's go.
He's got it, and it's 17-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And an alley to run. He's got the first down and more past midfield. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. They'll drop to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. Austin Hooper, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision, because they do have the final call now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw, and finding the tight end, Hooper. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Jadeveon Clowney has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. 2nd and 15. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
Back to throw here. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And that'll carry over the back line. The end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, echo.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Still searching for that first interception in this game and down on the scoreboard. Remember, they won last week, and a big reason why they had 3 picks.
And one characteristic I've always noticed about great defenses is that they want to be the ones that have a huge impact on the game and actually lead their teams to victory. So you just noted.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
This will be caught at about the 6. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Aaron Jones His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
At their own 35-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back.
Ready.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Again, they run it with Spiller. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right. Midfield at the 50.
And the Cardinals, first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
We go. 70, Indy.
It's our time. It's our time.
Hey, 1, 2.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You.
Here's 2nd and 8. Open man is Kirk, complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Operating from the gun. Beck. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, and that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He's got Fuller. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
The last play on the completion got him half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. They'll set up to throw. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there at 22.
First down, Texans.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. A dump underneath to Jones. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
They're going to look to throw. And this one's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. This for his running back, McCoy. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Fuller. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Slam.
Pilot, 64, win 5.
A handoff to Spiller to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 18-yard
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, back. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go. Topper.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw. Beck going for the deep ball. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They'll look to throw here on first down. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Out of the shotgun is Jones. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. They'll look to throw here. Open man is QT, complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Second and 1. Flushed out right. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. It's their quarterback doing it himself from 9 yards out, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. A big spot now for the Texans as they'll try for 2. Now this time he'll look to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 31 yards there and a first down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Again on the ground, again it's Spiller. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Jones has it.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
At the 36-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
He's not going to get me.
2nd and 5. And an alley to run. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
Hey, watch the ball. Kill. Turn it off. Kill, turn it.
2nd and 2. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Jones. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here we go. Touchdown. Hey, we got a seal. It's a party now.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. First down carry by Jones. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. It's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Brings up 4th down.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
Right there. All day, baby.
And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This from 51 yards for the win. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This from 51 yards for the win. It's on target, and it's good. From 51 yards out, he drills it. And the Texans are going to win the football game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Texans, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they dropped just their 2nd game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer.